I take the view that you practically can't protect consumers from criminality. There has always been criminality, and for decades there has been regulation. It hasn't stopped criminality. As far as I'm concerned, the problem is not too little regulation. The problem is exactly that. There will always be criminality. So what we need is the message to consumers: stop being naive. If you're going to make an investment, if you're going to lodge money in accounts, then be careful. Take usual common sense protections. Just be very careful who you're dealing with, and keep an eye on things. But this idea that you can stop criminality, it's hogwash.
Okay, and what actions, if any, should we be seeing from the government, the police, the banking industry and UK businesses to essentially protect and, clamp down on these types of crimes and improve public trust?
In order to rebuild trust, everyone, in the media, I'm hearing we need more regulations. We need more protections. No, Alexander, what we need is more capitalism. What I mean by that is, if a business fails, then let it go bust. That way, we, the consumer, will start to trust our government that they care for us and not for the elite. And we also will get the picture that no one is going to bail anyone out. Thus, we will be forced individually to take our own protections. That is the way that we resolve these issues. Not by more and more government, more and more socialism, more and more regulations. It never works in the long term. What works is when the consumer trusts their own minds and their own protections. When a company supplies a service and it's bought, that's when you know the consumer trusts the company. And that's why we need more capitalism.
Okay, and I know this is quite a hypothetical question and neither of us have a crystal ball at hand, but with Brexit looking like it could potentially happen, I mean, anything could happen right now, but with Brexit on the cusp of happening, could this be a new opportunity in protecting individuals and consumers from these types of crimes? Could we expect that from Brexit?
Well, until a few weeks ago, I had been concluding that there was in fact no chance of the UK leaving the European Union, or if we did, it would be in name only. But with the rise of the Brexit Party and the change in politics, there is, I agree with you, now. And indeed, I've said this on the Booms and Busts podcast, which I present. I've said that there's surely more than a 50% probability that we do actually Brexit now. And yes, if we leave the EU, not in name only, but we actually leave over the next 6 to 12 months, then we will start the process of coming away from ridiculous regulations and non-protections. We can probably more likely see better business being done and more trust in the economy, in society, and in government, and indeed in business.